Chapter 2. Your emotions are tools, not chains. You feel angry. You feel afraid. You feel anxious. That's normal. You're human. But here's the truth. Emotions are not commands. They are signals, warnings, indicators. You are not supposed to obey them. You are supposed to interpret them. You have a choice. You always have a choice. You can use your emotions, or your emotions can use you. That's the difference between the weak and the powerful. The weak obey their feelings. The powerful use them as fuel. Use emotion. Do not be used by emotion. That's the key. Look back through history. The greatest leaders didn't lack emotion. They mastered it. Alexander the Great was ruthless, but his control made men follow him into impossible battles. Marcus Aurelius felt fear and grief like any human, but he wrote through it, turning pain into wisdom. Muhammad Ali felt anger, doubt, exhaustion, but he converted it into energy, precision, confidence. They didn't eliminate emotion. They controlled it. They turned it into power. That's what you must do. Emotions are energy. Energy can destroy you, or drive you. Fear can paralyze you, or it can sharpen your focus. Anger can make you reckless, or it can fuel your performance. Sadness can drag you down, or it can open your mind to gratitude and perspective. The difference? Control. You have a choice. Always. When you say, "I can't help how I feel," you're lying to yourself. You can't control the spark of emotion, but you can control the fire it becomes. You can't control the wave, but you can learn to surf it. That's the mindset of mastery. Most people let emotions drive them like a wild horse dragging a weak rider. They wake up angry and carry it all day. They get criticized once and spiral for a week. They let emotion define their entire identity. That's not life. That's imprisonment. But the disciplined person, the one mastering self-control, sees emotion as a message, not a master. Fear says, "This is important." Anger says, "Something feels unfair." Sadness says, "You've lost something that mattered." These are not commands. They are data. It's not about feeling nothing. It's about feeling everything and still choosing your action. That's the secret of power. Let's look at fear. Fear used to keep our ancestors alive. It wasn't weakness, it was awareness. It told the hunter, "Be careful. Something's out there." But what separated the survivor from the coward was discipline. The coward froze. The hunter acted. Fear sharpened his eyes. Fear tightened his grip. Fear made him precise. Fear didn't control him, he controlled fear. The same principle applies to your life. Fear of failure can either paralyze you or prepare you. Fear of rejection can either silence you or make you sharper. Fear of loss can either make you cling or make you appreciate what you have. You have a choice. Always. Now let's talk about anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but left unchecked, it burns everything. Uncontrolled anger destroys families, friendships, careers. But controlled anger? It's rocket fuel. It's drive. It's intensity with direction. That's how great athletes train. That's how entrepreneurs fight through rejection. That's how soldiers push through exhaustion. Not by eliminating anger, but by mastering it. You don't need to suppress emotion. You need to channel it. Because emotion isn't the problem, obedience is the problem. You're not supposed to obey your emotions. You're supposed to command them. Say it again until you believe it. Use emotion. Do not be used by emotion. This is not about being cold or detached. It's about being deliberate. It's about knowing that discipline is stronger than emotion. When you're tired, you still act. When you're afraid, you still move. When you're angry, you still think. That's control. That's power. That's leadership. Now here's the practical step. When emotion hits you, don't react. Label it. Name it. Observe it. Say to yourself, "This is anger. This is fear. This is sadness." That one pause separates the impulsive from the intelligent. That one breath turns chaos into clarity. Because when you can name your emotion, you no longer drown in it. You stand above it. You see it for what it is, a signal, not a sentence. You don't need to fix every emotion. You need to manage your response to it. You don't need their approval. You need your own discipline. When you start doing this, when you start using your emotions instead of obeying them, you begin to rule yourself. And when you rule yourself, you become unstoppable. That's how self-control feels. It's not numbness. It's not apathy. It's presence. It's precision. It's power. You feel everything, but you decide everything. That's the key. Most people think emotional control means suppressing feelings. They bottle it up, fake a smile, and pretend to be fine. But suppression isn't strength. Suppression is silence under pressure, and it will explode eventually. True control means transforming emotion into motion. Anger becomes determination. Fear becomes focus. Sadness becomes empathy. Emotion doesn't vanish, it evolves. You have to learn this skill, because emotion is constant. You can't stop it from coming, but you can stop it from steering. You can't stop the wave, but you can surf it. And if you don't learn this, you'll always be controlled by something outside yourself, circumstances, opinions, impulses. But when you master it, you become untouchable. You still feel everything, but nothing owns you. That's real freedom. That's real power. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, observe your emotions without obeying them. When you're angry, don't act. When you're afraid, don't retreat. When you're sad, don't hide. Just feel. Then choose. Respond with purpose, not impulse. Decide with clarity, not emotion. Because you always have a choice. Use emotion. Do not be used by emotion. That's the mantra. That's the mission. That's the mastery.